Hello everybody, welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Manchester United 4, Real Betis 1. United, after what happened on Sunday, I don't think there's any result that made up for that, but I think they bounced back quite well. I thought today it was just about winning, right? And I said this for Grand Potter as well. Sometimes when you go through a bad period, all you want to do is you want to win. Doesn't matter how it comes, you just want to win. And that was what United had to do as well. They had a very bad game on Sunday, and so today was really just about winning. Because any other result, and then the knives start coming out a little bit more. So you want to get that win and you want to get that positivity going. And I think they got that today. But then they didn't only just win, I think they won really convincingly. They played really, really well, especially in that second half. We're going to talk about that first half. I thought David De Gea, and this will get lost in the analysis, but I thought David De Gea had an absolute shocker in that first half. The number of missed kicks that he had. He's lucky that none of them cost United, but there were so many. I think there were 3 or 4, at least by my count. There might have been even a few more. I don't know whether it was the snow. I don't know whether it was the wind. I don't know what it was, or maybe general lack of confidence. But just the number of kicks that he was putting everywhere. I think a couple of times he gave the ball to a Betis player. There was a time when he kind of just kicked it out, into the, just out into the touchline. There was a long kick that he just put out. It was just he didn't have a good game. He just didn't have a good game in that first half. The second half he really didn't have much to do. So it's harsh to say that he had a bad second half, but he just didn't have much to do. But that first half was bad. United, I think they scored the goal. You almost felt like Betis wanted to kind of gift them one. I don't know what it was. That first goal was really it almost was an aberration in some ways, because I did maybe it was for me because I didn't expect Betis to concede that early. I watched them over the weekend against Madrid, and I thought they played really, really well defensively in that game. So I was a little bit surprised they scored so early, that they let in one so early. As a quick counter, and this is where I think there was a chance at the other end which was not taken. I think it came off of De Gea. Actually, that also was a De Gea miss kick. I think that was the one as well. Maybe I can't remember, but there was definitely error involved. And Antony did well to kind of just win the foul. And immediately, the quick free kick, it comes out to Rashford. Rashford lays it out to Bruno. Bruno runs. His pass is not that good, but it falls a bit kindly to Marcus Rashford. And then he scores, and it's a brilliant goal. And it's Marcus Rashford. He always seems to score. He didn't score against Liverpool, though. But he is in hot form at the moment, isn't he? And he scores that goal. It's 1-0. And you think, okay, fine. You got that goal. Just try and hold on to it. Keep it going for a while. They don't, because United once again fall asleep. Casemiro, it all starts with Casemiro giving the ball away. I do feel that Casemiro grew into this game in that second half, but in the first half, much like he was against Liverpool, I thought he was a little bit patchy. And maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's tiredness. I'm not sure what it is, but he hasn't looked the same since coming back from that suspension. It has to be said. He's had a couple of good games, scored goals and stuff, but I feel like he isn't that dominant. He almost had that air of invincibility around him. I don't think he has that at the moment. Where things come off for you and where you just look untouchable. I don't know. Maybe just me, but I just feel, not to say a bad game today. He still had a solid 7 out of 10. By the way, I'm just putting that out there. He had a solid game today. But what I mean is that there's that air of infallibility is not there that it was maybe. But anyway, the ball gets lost. Now, what's that handball? I was seeing it first. It's not handball. It's not shouldn't be handball. It would be harsh. But then I thought about it more, and I looked at it a second, third time. I was like, you know what? I think that is handball. I think United can feel hardened by the goal being given, because if he doesn't use his hand, it may be down by his side, but the fact is, if his hand isn't there, the ball, the trajectory changes and it goes somewhere else entirely. It probably lands to Dalot, but because he has that hand to control it, even if he didn't intend it, the fact is that the control from the hand allows him to then play that pass. It is a great pass, though. There were 2 great passes. That first pass to him is good, and then the pass from him to Perez is brilliant, and it's just fantastic. And it's a great finish from Perez. We saw some really good goals today, by the way. That's something that we should be mentioned. I think I think 3 of the 4 goals were really, in fact, no, 3 of the, no, we scored 5 goals, right? I think the first goal was good, the second was good, the third was good as well. I think I think there was a lot of good goals. There's 3 of them. I'm trying to think of when it became 3-1. I'm just trying to visualize what happened. That goal was good too. Yeah. 4 goals. 4 or 5 goals were really good. 4 or 5 goals were really good. Sorry about that, just spaced out there. 4 out of 5 goals were really, really good. And this one was really good as well. It's 1-1. and you're thinking at the break, you know what, you think at the break, are United going to catapult here? Are they going to fall away? Are they going to kind of have that hangover, that psychological hangover? I do feel that United were a little bit scratchy in that first half, probably because of all what had happened over on Sunday, and you expect that. You don't expect them to recover from that as quickly. So credit to Ten Hag for whatever he said at second half, because that United that came out in the second half was completely different. I thought bringing Wan-Bissaka was good as well, because again it locks down that left hand side for the opposition. Wan-Bissaka against spacey wingers, I think Diogo Dalot is not the best option. I think Wan-Bissaka is, and I do believe right now Wan-Bissaka should be first choice, not Dalot. I know Ten Hag can be quite stubborn, and when he wants to pick someone, he'll pick someone. I think he doesn't rate Wan-Bissaka as much, but I think right now Wan-Bissaka is the better defender than Diogo Dalot. I think that's what it is. The better fullback, the better right back, whatever you want to call it. I think he's better right now. Dalot needs more time to recover from that injury, the World Cup, all of that. He's going to take a while. I think Wan-Bissaka should be starting. But nonetheless, that second goal for Manchester United, the go-ahead goal, you know what? I mean, it's Antony, isn't it? And what I will say about Antony is that he's a maverick. Now, I've said this many times. I think Antony is not a lot of people brand him as a flop. I don't think he's a flop. I think he's a very, very important player for Manchester United. He's a very, very important player for Erik ten Hag, because what he offers on that right-hand side, nobody else can offer that. The one player who I think can offer that, and I will talk about that, in a second. There's probably only one player who can replace him on that right hand side, but he is absolutely invaluable. He very rarely does he give the ball away in dangerous areas. He'll give the ball away when he tries to make a pass, but he doesn't make loose. He very rarely makes loose passes. His work rate is genuinely excellent. He wasn't that good against Liverpool, but generally his work rate is excellent. And he will frustrate you no end. He will frustrate you no end. He's going to be frustrating, but what he can do is once in a while he'll pull off something magical, like he did against Barcelona and like he did here with that goal. It's a beautiful goal that he scored. Bravo just suited the spot. Could Abner have done better? I think he could have. I think Abner could have shown him down the right. Just make it say you go down that side and do whatever you want. Because Antony is someone who's so afraid to use his right foot. He had an opportunity to square it, by the way, right after that goal, which was a fantastic goal, probably the best of the lot. And I was surprised that it went in. I thought it's just going over, but then it actually goes in, and it's such a beautiful shot. But then this moment later, he's got a chance to cross it and to make it 3-1 or 4-1 probably, and he doesn't. He goes for the chip because he doesn't want to use his right foot. He's so afraid of using his right foot that he doesn't use it much. So that's something that the fullbacks have got to do. Just keep showing him down the right and you nullify him. But if you let him get onto his left, he's got a beautiful left foot. And I think that is something that we just have to accept it. That he's going to be a maverick. He's going to produce a moment of quality. He's going to produce a moment of magic. And then but for that one moment of magic, he's probably going to frustrate you 5 or 6 times. That's just what Antony is going to be, at least for now. And then, of course, it became 3-1. I think Betis will be disappointed with that third goal. And what I will say is the person who will be disappointed is Claudio Bravo. Because Claudio Bravo, when he was at Manchester City, a big criticism was that he wasn't a very good shot stopper. He used to let in a lot of goals. He's one of those goalkeepers where if you hit it on target, it's a goal. Right? That's how Claudio Bravo is. I thought he could have done better he might have been able to do a little bit better for the Rashford goal. A better goalkeeper probably try at least get something on it. This goal was entirely savable. I think Bruno Fernandes's goal, he should at least, again, be able to put an effort in. It's just like it's on target and it goes in. And that is a problem from Claudio Bravo. He does let in a lot of goals that probably could be savable. And there's a reason why he's playing for Betis, isn't he? But that third goal was fantastic. Bruno doesn't score a lot of headed goals, by the way, and it's important for Bruno Fernandes to get that goal as well. I thought a lot of the criticism that he got after that Sunday was unjustified. We've done a video on that as well. So for him to answer his critics back with the goal, he was excellent today. He was my man of the match, by the way. Bruno Fernandes was my man of the match. And smash like if he was yours, because I thought he was fantastic today. Not just a goal, but the way that he ran that whole play, ran the whole game was beautiful. And that's because he's playing in his number 10 position. If he was playing a free role, that's his best position. That should be where he plays. The only reason you play him on the right, as I said, is when you're trying to close the game out and you want to put in 3 midfielders. Otherwise, you have to play him in his best position, which is that number 10 role, from where he can dictate play. He can have a free role. He just looks a different player, and the team looks different when he plays there as well. So I mean, that was weird why he played on the left wing there. But nonetheless, that's gone in the past now. But it's 3-1, and then it becomes 4-1 without Weghorst scoring and Pellegrini coming on. And now, Facundo Pellegrini, a player who I actually was going to say he should be sold, because it's clever. I was going to say it's clear and Hag doesn't rate him because he never plays him. But then he played here, and within 2 minutes, he creates a goal. I mean, that run is solid. You know what? In fact, I don't think Pellegrini was expecting the ball to come to him. So he gets surprised that it's come to him. So he doesn't take a shot. And he kind of misses that opportunity and think, oh, it's missed. But he goes around. He's got that turn of pace. He turns around. He makes the pass in. McTominay's shot is blocked. by Bravo, but Weghorst is there to finish it. Weghorst, a player who celebrates a goal like that. I was laughing when he scored the goal because I was like, God, he finally scored a goal, didn't he? I mean, that's just what Weghorst is, and he's not going to get you. I don't even think he's going to get 10 goals. He's probably not even going to get 5 goals this season. But he's someone who you can't help but like him because his work rate is so excellent. He's not a Manchester United standard player, but he gives it all. He tries his hardest. And you've got to appreciate that. And he's playing in a position where he's not supposed to be playing because he's supposed to be a backup. Because he's the one who's supposed to be playing is always injured. But beautiful. And that brings me to fucking Pellegrini, who I think is the only player who can replace Antony on that right wing. Now I can get why he doesn't, because he's right-footed. He's not left-footed. He's right-footed. I think Ten Hag wants a left-footed person, but Pellegrini is probably the only player who can play on the right. Sancho can't do it. Sancho is better off the left. Garnacho is better off the left. Rashford is better off the left. The only player who can replace him on the right is Pellegrini. But I don't think Erik Ten Hag really sees him as a right wing replacement. And I can see why, because he was through on goal a couple of times as well, and he missed his chances. So he's still very raw. He's not someone who can start games yet. I think but he needs more game time. He needs to be coming on, playing 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's got to go gradually. He doesn't get that. For some reason, he only ever gets 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He's not got a lot of substantial amount of time in a game. So I hope that changes. Because I think he's probably the only one who offers something on that right wing aside from Antony. I don't think anybody else can play that role because he's good at crossing and he's got pace. And I do believe that, I mean, he doesn't score a lot of goals, but I think he's someone who can be a goal threat from the right wing. So anyway, yeah, it was 4-1. Is the tie over? I don't think it is. I think 3-1 was definitely not over. 4-1. The thing with 4-1 is we've seen United concede 6 goals in a half. So it can happen. Heads can drop very quickly. And if they get an early goal, if Betis get an early goal, then it's game on. And especially because they're going to be playing in Seville. They're not playing at home. They're going to be playing away in the second leg. So I don't think the tie is over yet. Yes, United have a very good chance of qualifying. And in normal circumstances, you would say they should qualify from here. They should. But with that, being they should and they will is a difference. And I think I don't think Betis are out of it yet. It's going to be difficult. But United have got to put in their best foot, and if United play to their best and Betis play to their best, then United should qualify for the quarters. But football doesn't work like that, does it? But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. Of course, do smash like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Did you enjoy the game? What you make of Bruno's performance, Antony's performance? Who was your man of the match? Was it Bruno? Was it someone else? Do let me know. Of course, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We appreciate your support. And stay tuned. We'll probably have one more short reaction show coming up. So please do subscribe so you can get notified as that drops. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.